Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Woo! So as you guys can see from the title, this is a subscriber story time. You guys know what I say in all of my subscriber story time videos. If you would like to submit a story time, my email is in the description box down below. Go ahead and check it out. And also make sure that you guys fix your grammatical errors before submitting the story time to me, so you guys can make it easier for me while I'm reading it. If you are not subscribed to the channel but you keep watching me, what are you doing? It's giving monetary spirit, okay? If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And without further ado, let's get straight into it. Okay, so this story time is titled "She Was Plotting on My Boyfriend the Whole Time." Hey Irene, I love your story times and I hope you read this one because this one is T. My name is T and I'm now 17. I'm from Dallas, Texas. The triple D. I'm going to say names because it's F them for life. I don't care. Sure. So this year of 2021, my 8th grade year of middle school, I met this boy named Marcus in September. We started talking, but it didn't get far. We became off and on until November of that year. See each other in school and acted like we didn't know each other. Fast forward to December, I met this girl named Elise. She was very cool and kept to herself. I knew of Elise back when school started because Marcus dated a girl named Parire that was friends with Elise, and they would be giggling when they see Marcus and I together. Know what petty exes do. But yeah, I knew Elise but didn't care for her until December. We started talking and became cool. I got her number and she got mine. So during winter break, Elise and I talked and became close. So Marcus and Elise became close as well. But wasn't that Carrie ex? Why is Elise getting close to her friend's ex? Keep that in mind. But why are you getting close to? Y'all catching what I'm putting down? Why are you friends with the girls that was giggling though? The one of the girls. I wouldn't talk to none of them hoes. Like, none of them hoes. Like, none of them hoes. Anyways, at the end of the winter break, Marcus and I started missing each other, but didn't have the balls to text one another. Fast forward to when school started back up in January. I ended up explaining to Elise how I miss Marcus, and I basically wanted her to be the messenger between us. Ladies, never do that. Don't do that. Don't set your friends up for that, because you just don't know, like, no matter how much you just don't want. It's okay to tell your friends about your man and stuff like that, but don't ever do nothing like that, because you don't want your friends in your relationship business that much. Like, that is just crossing boundaries, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that your friend will sleep with your man or anything like that, but like, you just don't want that. Like, you don't want them type of problems, so don't do it. Like, just don't do it, because if something go left, you're gonna feel some type of way, and then you also gonna regret the fact that you even sent her off to do those things. So don't even do that. If you want to text him, just go text him. Don't have your friend being the messenger between you and him. It's not that deep. Basically wanted her to be the messenger between us. Mind you, they had became best friends now. So she ended up telling Marcus that I missed him, and he told her he missed me too. So Marcus and I got back together. Between January and March, we were cool until I started noticing how Elise and Marcus were getting a little bit too close, like laying on each other and Elise doing his hair. What is it, the braids? What was she doing? What was she doing? Hell no. It's giving... So in April, I told Elise that she needed to chill, because laying on him was just too much for me. Like, I didn't even want them to be friends, but they became friends before me, so I left it alone. So the day goes on just for me to walk in the halls in school and see them together, as if what I told her didn't stick to her weak-ass brain. Once she noticed I seen them, she was like, oh shit, I forgot. How you forget to not touch my man? Yeah. And that's the reason why I don't fuck with the friends, best friends, boy best friend, girl best. I don't do that because of stuff like this, because of things like this, because somebody always plotting. Like, how did you forget to not touch somebody that's not your man? Okay. There were other girls that was best friends with Marcus that was crossing boundaries, but I didn't even care to tell them to stop, which I should have. But as the school year comes to an end, I built up the courage and I told Marcus how I wasn't comfortable with him talking to these girls, including Elise. I can't remember in details what he said to me when I expressed to him, but I know he didn't stop talking to them. Now listen, girl, I know you like, what the F are you doing still talking to him? I'm glad you know me. Yeah, I know. You look good. Yeah, I know. I'm glad you know me. But I mean, it's 8th grade. I'm pretty sure I'm like 14, 15. Plus, this was my first boyfriend. Yeah, we're going to cut you some slack. And see, that's why I didn't say nothing to you. That's why I just kept reading the story, you know. Because I'm thinking this is a little girl. Like, you know, you're a little kid. You still got a lot of growing up to do. But I'm also glad that you knew that I was thinking in my head. What is she, like what's she still doing? But it's okay. You still got a lot of growing to do. We're going to cut you some slack. But like I said, the school year is going to the end. And I cut them all off, as you should. Because they wasn't respecting my boundaries, and I felt like that was the right thing to do. So when I cut them off, they started talking about me and doing random things. So I told Marcus, if you don't cut them off, I'm going to leave you. Or if you don't tell them to stop talking about me, I'm going to leave you. I told him that right when school ended, so everything pretty much died down during the summer shots fired on Instagram. Didn't really spark a problem. So now it's freshman year of high school and I'm still with him. Also, Elise and the other girls are still going to the same school with us. As you know, I told Marcus to cut them off, but he did not, and I still didn't leave him. So I made an agreement to myself that I would just stay away from those girls. So right when freshman year started, literally the first week of school, this ghetto-ass guy, there's some typos in this, I ain't gonna lie, came to Marcus and I at lunch and basically sparked the problem and was trying to say how I kept him in a bubble and stuff like that. And yeah, of course I'm gonna keep him in the bubble because y'all crossed boundaries. Y'all did too much and was not respecting me. Mind you, before I didn't mention how in April I went through his Instagram and found out that he cheated on me once again. I'm young, I didn't have the balls to leave him, which I should have, so I let it slide. Back to what I was saying. Before one of his female friends basically came up to us and started talking to me very loud, but teachers broke it up. It didn't get further than words, but mind you, he's really not that close with those girls, but he is very, very close with Elise, and that was my main problem. Fast forward to September, Marcus was making new female friends. Why is Marcus always making friends with the females? Does Marcus not know any guy friends at the school? Is Marcus attending an all-girls school? Like, what? Why? Like, what? Like, Marcus is not making friends with these girls, girly pop. Pretty sure you know by now, because if you didn't know, you wouldn't be telling me the story. But yeah, Marcus is not making friends with these girls. Marcus is making... If I was a bad bitch, I want to fuck me too. Hey, I would have sucked me too. Yeah. So fast forward to September, Marcus was making new female friends and I was like, okay, bet you making female friends, I'm gonna have male friends. And when I tell you he was not cool with it, he acted like his heart was broken. Girl, he acted like his heart was broken because Marcus was sleeping around with all those female friends. And he thought that that's what you would be doing. That's why his heart was broken. Not because you made friends with males. It's because Marcus thought you would be on the type of timing that he was on with the girls that he was friends with. That's why. So it was one day in September after school. There was a school event after school and Marcus had band practice, so I had nothing else to do. So I went to the commons area of my school and started talking to one of my male friends. Now, as I'm talking to my male friends, I noticed that Elise is far off in the corner charging her phone. I didn't pay her any attention. I don't care for her no more. I just ignored her. But as I am in the commons area talking to my male friends, Marcus comes around the corner out of nowhere. Like, for one, how did he even know where I was? I wonder who told him. But anyway, I didn't even care. I felt like he shouldn't have had a problem with it. He could have female friends. Why can't I have male friends? So after I basically started matching energy with everything, our relationship went downhill drastically, very fast. Didn't like the fact that I was matching his energy. Irene, when I tell you boys can do all these things to their girlfriend, but when a girlfriend do it back, they just act like it's the end of the world. Girly pop, who you telling? Girl, who you telling? Like I said, like I tell you guys all the time, a guy will do a whole bunch of bad, rude ass shit to you, but as soon as you do just one little tenth of all the bad and fucked up stuff that he done to you, you do 1/10 of all the weird stuff that he's done to you, he about to flip out, he about to crash out, and he about to go off on you like, boy, why can't you handle what you dish? Like, please. But anyway, fast forward to October, we ended up breaking up, and it was a very, very messy, but we broke up and it was the end of us. Now for the rest of the year, Marcus kept trying to get back at me because when we broke up, he claimed that I ended up getting with one of his homeboys, but he was a very friendly dude, so he was pretty much friends with everyone. So no matter who I talked to, they were most likely going to be friends with him. But I didn't care because I owe no one loyalty to him anymore. So for the rest of the year, we both was doing our things. Fast forward to after break, it is now 2023. Now my friends would come up to me and tell me things that they have seen him doing. But I didn't really care until they came up to me and told me that Marcus and Elise were together. I'm not surprised. Like, I'm not surprised. Like, when I tell you that broke my heart, but it got me thinking. Back in 8th grade after our winter break, could it be that Elise wanted to be with him, but Marcus and I ended up back together? It could be that. So that's why Elise didn't want to be friendly. Girl, yeah, like... And I'm pretty sure they probably had like a little flirtation like vibe going on already. And so like when you were telling her to stop doing ABCD, like it probably was hard for her to stop doing it because he's probably was reciprocating that energy back towards her, if you get what I mean. Like, so let's get back to when I told you that I was in a commons area and he came out of nowhere. Could it have been that Elise told him where I was? Yep. She probably was like, your girlfriend in the middle of the hallway talking to all these boys. Like, yeah, that's just, yeah. Mind you, when I started matching his energy, he became so paranoid that he claimed he had dreams of me cheating on him, which made him lose feelings for me. Like, how does that even work? He's stupid. But also, guess who he would talk to when him and I would have arguments and these thoughts in his head? Elise. Girl, when I tell you, Elise was eating it up. Every time y'all argued or y'all didn't get along and he was running to her and was telling her about the situation, she was probably hitting him with the, I'll never do that to you. You don't got to worry about that from me. I would never do you like that, baby. He was eating it up. He was eating it up. He was eating it up. And she was too. Now I sit back and I think this girl wanted him the whole time. This girl couldn't leave him alone because she wanted him. No wonder why they're together. And they're still together to this day. No wonder. But also, do you remember when I told you that Carrie dated Marcus and was friends with Elise now? Elise is dating her ex's man. That's weird. And I'm a quiet person. So when people ask me why we broke up, I kept it cute. Everybody only knows what he told them. And now look at me. Weird. But I don't care. But this is the end of the story time. And thank you. I hope you see this. Irene, I don't know if this is long enough because I'm not going to read none of this. Irene, I don't know if this is long enough because I'm not going to go back and read none of this. Laugh my ass off. Yeah. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is why I do not like when my boyfriend or the guy that I'm talking to is too close and is too buddy and is too frenzy with a girl. That's why I don't like it. And people always want to try to argue me down and tell me that I'm being insecure or tell me that it's not always like that. And yes, it is not always like that. But I'm not here to figure out. I'm not here to play Russian roulette. You feel me? Like I'm just not here to do that. And that was honestly what happened. It was honestly a case of her playing Russian roulette and she around and found out, you know what I mean? So yeah, when I tell you guys that I don't like my man dating, I don't like my man having a girl best friend or having so many girl best friends, don't call me crazy, because even if your man ain't going up for it, it's always going to be somebody trying to go up for it, whether it's your man or whether it's the girl. And I'm not here to figure it out. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just not here to figure it out. We're going to read one more. This one is titled Worst Date Ever. Hey, I love your YouTube videos and you're really pretty. Aw, thanks, hun. Anyways, let's get into the story of the worst date that I've ever been on. Before I get into it, I just want to give a quick background to how this date even happened. So back in 2021, this dude slid into my DMs and I checked the profile to see how he looked. He didn't look fine, but he wasn't ugly either, and he really wasn't my type. But a red flag that I completely ignored was the amount of filters he used. Huh? He was doing what? What was he doing? He was using filters. A man was using... Why would a man be there? Why would a man be there? A man was using filters and you didn't see nothing wrong with that? He was trying to be a bad bitch, girl. He was trying to compete with you and you didn't see nothing wrong with that? Alrighty. I don't know if it's just me, but I don't see dudes using filters. It's not just you. Did you not just see how I just looked at you? And I know that I don't know who you are, but I promise you, I just looked at you. It's giving. And I ain't talking about baller, shot collar, 20 in the paint, and he on an Impala. No. It's giving. Yeah. Yeah. Overlooked him and I gave him a chance. So we started texting on IG for a few days and then we moved to iMessage and then it moved to just FaceTiming all the time. As we start talking day after day, I noticed that he never puts the camera in his face. Usually when I FaceTime dudes, they're always in the camera looking good and begging me to get in the camera. I told you But the roles were reversed when talking to him. So I peeped another red flag. Whenever we would get on the phone, he would brag about how girls would chase him and be all over him. And I would be confused because I didn't see the height. And this gave me the ick. It gave cornball. I don't care and I never asked. So why are you telling me this information, love? I don't know if it was a red flag or not, but y'all let me know. Anyways, time goes on and he wants to see me. So I agree. He picked the movie Lightyear and he paid for the tickets in advance on his phone. So we talked on the phone the night before and he's telling me how he's not going to get a haircut or try too hard because I need to accept him for... Ugh! Get this ugly bitch off my screen. Like he's just ill. And like he's telling you this and you're really thinking to yourself like, you're really like you're actually getting ready for this date. Like a guy who just told you that he's not putting in any effort to how he looks, a first impression, and you're really still going with the date. He would have got blocked right then and there. I don't give a fuck if he paid for those tickets. He better take him and his dick with him as the second person for the tickets. Because I ain't coming to that movie theater. Ugh. It's giving ick. It's giving too many icks. All I need is one ick with you in the beginning. All I need is one ick for me to skedaddle. And this boy, I've already read like about a good 4 icks and you still sitting here. Like I'm trying to figure out what you waiting on. I understand where he's coming from, but first impressions matters and you don't have to do too much, but do something. Fast forward to the next day, which is the day of our date. Like 3 hours before the date, he tells me he doesn't have a car. And he... This is not a real story. Whoever sent me this is trolling. Like, this is not real. This is not a real story. Somebody is just trolling. Y'all don't even pay no mind. This ain't real. I can tell this ain't real. And he asked me for a ride. Mind you, I don't judge. But why wasn't I told this from the jump? Now I have to get ready extra early just to pick you up and take us to the movies. Anyways, I agreed to give him a ride because I understand how life could be. Bitch, that's the problem. You understand too many things. Stop understanding. Ugh. Ugh. So it's time for me to be on the way to pick him up. He lived 20 minutes away and I notify him that I'm on the way and he says, okay. I get to where he stays, and this boy had me sitting outside for 10 minutes. Why are you not ready? You had all the time plus an extra 20 to get ready. You could be standing at the door waiting for me when I tell you that I'm on the way. Another red flag noted because it gave setup vibes and I didn't like it. So he stepped outside and he walks to my car, and 2 plus 2 wasn't 4. Then it clicked. I've been catfish. It definitely was him, but them filters helped him. And that explains why he didn't put his face in the camera. It was too late to back out, so I pulled off and I drove us to the movies. As we were driving there, I tried to make small talk with him, and he's barely talking to me. Like I'm the ugly one here. So I got irritated and started blasting music to keep me calm. Are you going to get in my car and not speak? That's rude. So we go to the theater and we get into the car, and I peeped that he couldn't dress. You don't need designer to dress, but you need to be able to put basic stuff together. He had on some beat up forces, some camo cargo pants, a white tee, and a blue denim jacket with splatter paint designs. Be so for real. It probably doesn't sound bad. No, bitch, it sounds terrible. You're right. But if y'all seen it, y'all will understand how ass the fit was. Anyways, we go to the movies and we sit down, and he wanted to hold my hand like we were in a romance movie. I let him because I didn't want to make him feel bad, but he wouldn't let go. So we ended up holding hands the whole book. What? This story is not real, y'all. This story is not real. So we ended up holding hands the whole movie, and I was irritated because I don't want you touching me unless I like you. The movie is over. I'm driving home, and he says, "This is a panic. I left my He says this in a panic. I left my AirPods. Could you turn around?" He's lucky we didn't get far because I would have said no. I turned around and I let him go back to get them. It took him 30 minutes to come back to my car. And you waited? Ew. This what we doing for niggas now, y'all? Is this what we doing? It's giving we taking care of these niggas. And I'm not really liking that. You feel me? I was trying to be nice, but now my patience was tested. So after waiting 30 years, we are finally off. And he had the nerve to ask, "Do you want to do anything else?" I said, "No, you're going home." So we are driving and he wants the aux. So I give him the aux and he starts playing his music. And it took everything in me to not burst out laughing. He had his music playing the whole ride. He was trying to sing to me and he couldn't. So when we finally get to his crib, he's like, "Pull over to this side so we could talk." "Why are you holding me hostage in my own vehicle? LOL. But we talking, and come to find out he doesn't have a job. So we continue talking, and I'm like, "My gas is getting low and I need to leave to put more in it." He says okay, but continues to have conversation with me. If I say that I need gas, what's not clicking? So we're talking for another 10 minutes, and at this point, I'm not giving any eye contact. But I guess he felt bold, so he grabbed my head and went for a kiss. Luckily, I turned my head back so he missed my lips, and it was for a cheek. For one, I didn't flirt with you at all or give you that look, and better yet, I wasn't even looking at you. For two, this wasn't no romance movie where two people go on a date and they fall in love. After he kissed me, he says, "I'm so sorry. I didn't know what I was thinking." Then I say, "It's cool, but I need to leave and put gas in my car." And he was like, "Okay, give me a hug first." Ew. Ninja, get out my shit. So I gave him a side hug, and he says, "No, I need a real hug." So I gave him a real hug, and he got out of the car. And as soon as he got to the house, he was blocked. Moral of the story, date your type and don't pick up guys. I was young and dumb back then. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Girl, this story not real. There was nothing to enjoy. I refuse to believe that this happened. I refuse to believe it. I don't even have no commentary. Y'all know I usually be having commentary at the end of the story times, and I'll be like, "Ladies, do this," and I don't have no commentary. This shit wasn't real, y'all. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Bye.